Okay, the new parts came in, and as you can see, these are the old parts. Take a look here, see that it's practically cracked, that it's got worn marks that are here. The other line, as you know, with the puncture hole has been removed. Thing comes with a replacement bracket and screw. I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of faith in replacing all that, but here's new lines now, how they sit. I don't like the way how this turned out back here, but it figures. I mean, it would have been a lot simpler to set the clips here so that the hose can be serviced and this not touch, because this actually is like pressed in, pressed out, and the screw they give only takes this up to a certain point, and it still has like a little bit of slack. And I'm not totally convinced that this idea was that brilliant. This other stuff I can care less about. It's pretty simple. What we're going to do here is we're going to do like we saw in the simulation, and what I've done a few times so far is we're going to check this thing here. What is not found anywhere is to tell you to check for leaks now. Now we got it together. Once again, this is disconnected. This is the line for it. So this system will not work. So therefore, whatever fuel comes in here has no choice. Like I showed in the diagram, has to go to the return line. So go, Tom, turn it on. There, it pressurizes. The whole system is active. Okay, there's no fuel dripping on this side. There's no fuel happening here. There's nothing happening out of the injector. We still probably do. This is the injector I was talking about. I'm thinking that what happened is not the mechanic might have overlooking this, but I'm thinking this is the result of packaging, because I've seen this before because of packaging. I don't care what the manufacturer says. I've seen it like this before. So probably I'd do is heat up these end piece just a little bit, something like a lighter, something small, because we don't want to heat any of this up, because this is really more like a nozzle, like on a spray gun, than it is a injector spray. And I don't want nothing in here being damaged. So I'm going to apply only a little heat and peel it out like this, and then attempt to reinsert back into the hole again so it'll stay. But other than that, he got the rest of this together, and this is not leaking. I'm hoping that this stupid idea they had will stay sealed, because this is put in about as good as it's going to get. I mean everything's tightened down here, and it's flushed with the manifold, and this is still not leaking. It's under pressure. You can shut it off. So this actually is going to be what it is. So basically, if it comes down to it, when you're changing this out, it is really good practice to replace these. I mean, like you can see from the old one, this is the one that wasn't leaking, and nevertheless, though, we got a wear mark here. That's unavoidable. And then back here, oops, wrong side. There it is. Back here, we got this crack that's already forming. So this is already taking a dump. So really, if this really all that it is, then a failure in a crankshaft sensor or something, that would be no different than any other injection system, including throttle body. So basically, this system actually would not really be all that junky, just a real maintenance pain in the butt is what it really is. Excuse me. It definitely would be a maintenance issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and I'm going to have them put this thing together and get that done so that we can kick the vehicle over and see if everything's firing like it's supposed to. That will be your injector firing testing, because we could already see clearly that it's not going to leak. So the leak part we're good on. Okay, see you in a little bit. Okay, everything's together. Have all the plugs on. He's supposed to have placed them all in proper timing. Every plug-in, including the injector plug-ins, everything's done. That means when he cranks it over, this thing's either going to start or backfire. The timing's off. Okay, go ahead and see if she'll start. Okay, she's running just a tad bit rough there, but nevertheless, though, she sounds a lot stronger, because you can definitely tell it's working on all 6 cylinders, because it's very smooth on the aspect of what it sounds like. It's hard to determine anything else at this time, because he is determined to drive it in the present condition that it was in prior before, and there's been a lot of fuel buildup in one of the cylinders, and it has made its way to about 1.25 in the oil, so we're not even sure what kind of engine damages, if any, is in here. But if that could be very good, or very much the problem you guys are having if you had replaced the injector nozzle, that injector system, and the vehicle will run fine and then return back to flooding out again. Take it apart like I showed you, at least up to the top manifold, and then disconnect the injector itself and its wire plug-in, and then when this is done, apply the power by turning the ignition on for the fuel pump, and as you've seen before, it was spraying gasoline out. That will tell you there's an internal leak. You figure they put this in the instruction booklets for the manuals, but whatever. Anyhow, that just may be it. And we did take care of the one ejector thing by heating it up a little bit to stretch out the prongs. That snapped in there really nice too. That's most like that's more of a package error than anything else. All right. Thank you for watching. Okay. Before I get going, it had been bugging me for a little bit that this thing, as you know, was running just a tad bit rough, and I was pondering through my head. So then I decided, well, before I leave, I should double check the work on his plug. So he had 2 plugs backwards. He had 3 and 2 backwards. Now got that straightened out. So go ahead, Tom, start it up. See that? All right, shut it off. Okay, I'm going to get a tow out about over where I'm at and try to change the oil in this thing, and resolve some issues with there and test drive it and see how well it works. So far it's looking like it's doing what it's supposed to be, so keep that in mind. I cannot help but to say it again, that if your vehicle and replaced all that stuff was running bad, the chances are it's going to be that pressure line system. So really, it's maintenance part. Probably a good idea to always change it when the spider injection gets changed. All right, thank you.